Hi guys, Simon Trezellian here, and let's talk about what's going on in New York. Quite a lot's going on in New York. I see that on the news feed they say that they've got a person of interest that they're talking to from Pennsylvania, which is different to what they said before. They said that the gunman went back to Atlanta. So what I did hear is that he is in possession of a similar pistol. So I think what they've probably done is just gone through the gun registration forms and just found out who owns these pistols, because it's pretty unique. It's a pretty unique pistol, and I think that's all they've got. It seems to me very clear that the pictures that we've been given are not of the same person. I mean, it's different body frame, different facial features. I mean, even the pictures they put out today with the guy in the mask in the cab, totally different to what we've been talking about. So I have no idea where they're going with this. I think that it's because it's such a high profile case that they're just pulling at straws right now. You know, it's so high profile that if they had anything, you know, because you can get the forensics on this. If you had the right pistol, you would have forensics within the hour, without a doubt. And you could guarantee that with what's going on in New York with Alvin Bragg, he would be bragging about it, certainly, you know, if they had anything. So in other news, Daniel Penny has just been acquitted, found not guilty. This is going to be a potential tinderbox in New York, because Black Lives Matter, you know, Summer of Love, all coming out and going, right, we're just going to burn down all the communities just to protest this and try to make it about race. It wasn't about race at all. You know, this was a very important case, the Daniel Penny case, because, you know, I mean, are you really sending a message to other citizens that if they see a crime that is actually being committed, where someone is actually threatening to kill or unalive other people, and you don't do anything about it? What type of message does that send to our community? What type of message does that send to our kids? You know, the fact of the matter is that most of the times when crimes are committed, the police are nowhere to be found at all. You know, you are your first responder. It's as simple as that. They often say, you know, when seconds count and the police are minutes away, you know, most people would be already dead by the time that the police arrive. So this was going to set a very bad precedent if you're just going to punish people, and especially because it was done on the basis of race. I mean, they investigated this for 10 days and then said there was no evidence. And it was only when the riots started and the protests that Bragg had to stand up for his own people, you know? So what's he going to do now? I mean, he owes a debt to the people of New York to come out and try and put water on this fire before it even starts, because he got beaten soundly in court. Him and all of his prosecutors, they got roundly destroyed in court, just like they got destroyed by Trump as well. You know, and it's the same. Him, Leticia James, they've all got an agenda, and it's all a racial agenda. And the people that are going to suffer from this are the normal people of New York, and the black people of New York that are not racist at all and don't see things through a racial lens. They just want to get on with their lives. Let them do it. Don't try and make this into a friggin' racial revolution. It's ridiculous. And we're seeing this right now, you know. So New York has some massive problems. It's got a big migrant problem, which Eric Adams is trying to do. Eric Adams is still being indicted, and the whole of his staff, for corruption. Now, can we start seeing the dots here? That we have these corrupt politicians, these corrupt DAs that are being placed in, and they all have a racial agenda. Leticia James, Alvin Bragg, Eric Adams, look at them, they're all the same people. And we got to get away from this. Black people need to be represented by people that actually care about them, that actually want to raise them up, not make them victims and to see everything through a racial lens. I mean, I don't know, I think this video will probably get taken down for some form of community guidelines, but I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. You know, America is not a racist country. I have black friends. Everyone does, you know? I mean, I think you know, before Obama, we didn't seem to have a problem. You know, people just adopted the culture. People liked hip hop music. People like reggae music. People like soul food. I mean, you adopt the culture, and it's a rich culture. And then all of a sudden, this DEI stuff has come in, and critical race theory, and this divisive politics that tries to set us against each other. It's called divide and conquer. You know, it's a standard practice for communist regimes. You know, trying to put a wedge between the so-called haves and the so-called have-nots, the so-called intelligentsia and the so-called proletariat. It's always been their card, and I think people are unfortunately falling for it. I hope that Alvin Bragg does the right thing and come out and actually put this to bed right away. Accept his defeat, accept that he shouldn't have done it in the first place, like most of his things. There is so much crime there. He could be really, really busy, but he's choosing not to be. He's choosing to be soft on crime unless it has a political agenda. People see this now. People have just given a massive mandate during the election for this. And guess who supported Trump? Black men, okay? So they're wising up to the fact that they've been used as pawns in this political game of bullshit that has actually been going on for probably the last 8 to 12 years, and it needs to stop. That's my rant for today. For what it's worth, this is Simon Giselian, out to you. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye now.